Hey, Finance family, welcome to Flip It with Samara, the power of tax planning, a show designed to flip the narrative on how we view and use tax planning not only in our business but our personal lives. I'm super excited about tonight's show because I have a guest who is coming from Charleston, South Carolina, my hometown. But before I get into that, right, let me tell you what the show is all about, especially for those joining for the first time, right? So, here on Flip It, we've created a safe space for you to be engaged and ask questions as we walk through different strategies on how to tax plan, how to keep more money in your pocket, especially your hard earned money for your entrepreneurs and for individual taxpayers as well, right? We stand by the notion, the model that we have here is that the wealthy don't start tax planning once they become wealthy, but rather use tax planning as a tool to continue to grow their wealth. So, what does that mean? That means we meet you no matter where you are on your financial journey, right? We encourage you to connect with us early on because we can do more work, right? And save more money. So that's what we do here. We've created a safe space for you to ask questions, be engaged, and we encourage it. So throughout the live, if you have questions for me or for Antoine, my guest, Mr. ITW is what he's also known as, definitely feel free to put them in the chat and we will address them as we go through the live. So let me know who is rocking with us tonight. I need you to say hello. Let me know that you are in the chat. We got Samurai with us. We have Angelica. Hello, Angelica. We got Wayne. Hello, Wayne. Thank you all for joining us on tonight. I know that this is probably some family time or some me time, so I always appreciate you all tuning in. So without further ado, we are going to bring to the stage Mr. ITW himself, Antoine, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. But before I do that, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of background, right? Because me and Mr. ITW actually went to the same high school, right? So, Naughty by, now Charleston High. For those who know it, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't, right? But we definitely connect on that level, both being from Charleston, South Carolina, both going to the same high school. So the things that I saw this young man doing in his community, I thought was truly amazing. And I said, I have to have him on the show, especially because he's a Charleston native, right? So without further ado, we're going to bring on to the stage Mr. ITW Antoine. Welcome. How are you, sir?
How you doing? How you doing? First off, I want to say thank you for having me on this platform. I actually checked out a few of your episodes, and it's very informative. And like I said, you repping out Charleston, South Carolina, great. So thanks for having me here.
Yes, it's a pleasure. And also, like, I know I have another North Charleston native who's usually in the chat, Regina Collins. I'm representing her tonight, too. So I didn't put on the five finance gear, but my girl does shirts. So I wanted to put on her gear for tonight, too. We're going to keep it all North Charleston all night long. So tell people a little bit about yourself, Antoine. Introduce yourself, and then I want you to tell us what does ITW mean, because we see it like on your shirt, we see it on your website. Tell us about yourself.
Great. Well, my name is Antoine Lowery. I'm a Charleston native. I'm a father, an author, serial entrepreneur. And ITW stands for Inspire Thy World, uplift, motivate, and celebrate. Actually, that's my goal is to be a walking inspirational billboard. So when I first created ITW, it's actually a t-shirt line. I do have inspirational t-shirts, and it's on my website. As you can go to mritw.com or inspiretheworld.com. And the goal is just to be, it's a hateful world out here, and I just wanted to spread a little bit of just love, positive energy out here. So that's when I created ITW. And my goal is based, not even my goal, I know my purpose is to actually help others by any means necessary. So I learned a lot of stuff, and I definitely want to share it with my kids, family, and with the world. So that's what ITW means. So everything's under ITW is
That's dope.
pretty much
Inspire.
Mr. ITW.
Right, you are Mr. ITW. It definitely, when I saw like your videos, it was inspiring to me because I was like, I always thought about doing certain things that you're already doing, and I was like, oh, I gotta connect with this dude because like he making moves, he doing the thing. So I love that. Like I love that you're doing that, and I love that you are in the community, like you stayed in the community. Myself, like I moved away from the community, right? And started my business that way. But I love that you stayed where your roots are and was like, no, I'm gonna do it right here in the Chuck. I appreciate that. So tell us about how you got started, like on your entrepreneur journey. So you said that you started this to, inspire other people. So tell us how you got started and tell us some of the platforms that you are using to inspire people.
Okay, great. So first, I actually started off doing landscaping. That was, I feel, the easiest and easiest way to start making money. So I went out, started doing lawn care. I met a lot of great people, older folks, and my goal is to I take pride in my work. So I would connect with a lot of people just by doing landscape. And actually, they call me Landscape Lowery, for a while. But I work a 9 to 5, so I'm driving truck. Once I get off that, I'm actually cutting grass till I can't even see no more. One thing about me, I don't believe no one can outwork me. So I used to work day to night. So as I started to read books and actually look at other things that's making money as far as real estate, I say, you know what? I think that's a better path, and I can actually make more money. Plus, I can help people get into homes, which I didn't know anything about the real estate world. My goal at first, I thought you had to make a lot of money to get into real estate. I heard of this thing called wholesale real estate, and they said it's the cheapest and easiest way to get into real estate. Just like you probably thinking, man, that when something feels or sounds too good, is not true.
Right.
So with this thing called wholesaling.
Okay. So we lost your audio a little bit. So go back. So I heard that you started your journey into wholesale real estate. And then I didn't hear what you said after that. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I think I was freezing up for a little bit, but like I said, that's something I researched on my own. I saw people making good money with that, and I always wanted to get into real estate world. So what I did was I
So
invested.
go ahead. I can hear you now. I think you froze on us, Antoine. You might have to log off and log back in. But I love what the message that you're saying so far. I love the fact that you are a serial entrepreneur, and I love your statement about like nobody being able to outwork you. Like that's super dope. That same work ethic is something that my dad showed me, which is why like I grind the way I grind too. So I can definitely relate because my dad was in the military, working his 9 to 5, did taxes on the side, build houses on the side. Like my dad was killing the game. And like I was like, this man is like Superman. He never sleeps. So I definitely can appreciate an entrepreneur with that same drive, that same work ethic. So when you got into the realm of wholesale real estate, right? Did you have much guidance to help you break into that? Like, how did that journey start? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so when I started the wholesale journey, like I said, I did some homework on my own and see that people are making money. There was a few meetups out of state, so I got in my car and I drove out there, and I actually, went to some of the meetups. I know I couldn't do it by myself, so I actually saw someone doing it, and I brought a course, and I actually began taking classes. He did every week live, a live classroom setting, teaching wholesaling. Like I tell everyone, you can do it on your own, but I mean, if you find someone that's doing what you want to do and where you at, you know it's a great thing to invest in that person and then to yourself because you can get there quicker. So Tommy Holt Jr., he's from Atlanta. He actually was teaching wholesaling, and he's a great guy because on top of teaching us wholesaling, he taught us just mindset, just other things as well, not just wholesaling. So he was actually my kind of my mentor. And I actually had a buddy of mine that I knew from back in the days. He was actually doing wholesaling, so I reached out to him, and he kind of guided me to my first deal, which, like I said, is amazing. That he was actually someone I know that's in the field as well, making money
Right.
with it, and he showed me.
I love that. It's all about community, right? Like even
Yeah.
in my journey, there's a lot of people that I connected with early on, and had it not been for them pouring into me and showing me the ropes of this game, right? I don't think
Right.
I would have been as successful as well. So I love that you had a circle around you. Like I'm a big proponent of having a close circle around you, and people that are going to just continue to elevate you and challenge you, because I feel like as entrepreneurs, like that's what continues to help us thrive, right? Like we have to be challenged and we have to see, okay, now I've accomplished this, here's the next level. So definitely appreciate somebody being in your circle that was able to do that. So we have a question before we go any further. So Samurai is asking, can you explain what wholesale real estate is?
Great question, and I'm glad to share that with you. So wholesaling is simply you you got a property that, like, I don't care if it's a vacant home, it can be a nice home. You got a seller that want to get rid of this property. They don't want to deal with a realtor. They want to, they don't want to fix it up, or they need it sold quick. That's what a wholesaler comes in at. So a wholesaler going to match up the person who's selling that property and someone who was going to buy it, and they get assignment fee. So it basically just finding distressed property and finding someone to buy it. Basically, you're going to get that property under market value, meaning it's not going to be on the MLS. It's probably going to need some repairing, but you got investors out here who, most of them don't want to go, do the footwork and go find these properties. So that's where a
Mm,
wholesaler comes in. And we just put them together and make an assignment fee. You do need the right contracts, and you need to know exactly what to say. So just a specialized knowledge. One good thing about wholesaling, you don't need a license, nor you don't need good credit or a lot of
wow.
money. So people don't know that. And like I said, once I did it, like I'm like, it's got to be a scam. I got an ebook that I dropped,
Right.
just telling people, like, one of my chapters is this a scam? Because I'm like,
Right.
no, it's no way, right? But
Wow.
I did my first deal, and like my partner that I told you about earlier, he brought me to Orangeburg, and he brought a property for like $7,500. I mean, it was a shell. You got to put work in it, but it was land and a shell of a home. So for $7,500, I'm like, wow. And I saw him brought that on my face when he did that. I said, this is real, and
Right.
I said, yeah, let's go, let's go.
Right. Man, like I had no idea like you didn't need some type of license to do that. So it's almost
Right,
like you acting like a brokerage. Like you bring somebody who wants to buy a property and connect them with the person that is like looking for properties. And you
exactly,
you just
exactly.
say, "Hey, I'm gonna sit both of y'all down at the table and let's make a deal." I love that. Like, I had no idea that you didn't need a license to do that. Because I see your videos all the time where you driving for dollars. And I've heard
Okay,
that term used by like real estate investors as well. Like, they drive for dollars often too. So I didn't know what that meant. So that means that you're looking for those properties, whether they're distressed or not, for potential clients. Yes?
right,
That's dope.
exactly, exactly.
That's dope. That's dope. So that's one avenue that you are using to create this legacy, right? Because we know for this month we talking about legacy building, and I can definitely see how using like wholesale real estate can definitely create a legacy, not only for you but for your family and for your community. Because when you think about it, you're finding a property that is distressed, which is probably not helping the value of the homes around it, and then you
Exactly.
are helping somebody, an investor, flip that property, improve it, which is going to add to the value of the entire community, which I think is super dope in itself. So, I mean, you affecting a lot of lives out here, Antoine.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah. So we got one more question. So let me pause for the cause. So Samurai asks, being from the Chuck myself, what areas around Charleston have the best potential for wholesale projects?
Oh man. So I would say Goose Creek, Somerville, Mounts Corner,
Mm.
and even North Charleston. So anywhere up in there is a great area um,
Is that
to.
because, so like I said, I'm from the Chuck, so I know the area. So I know when I left, right, Somerville was still growing. Now I went back recently and they have this it's like a little town, something station. I can't remember the name of it, but like it's right out off of 17A, like across from Sangaree. You know the area, yeah?
I think
So,
so.
right. So they have this little place that they created, and it looks like not only did it bring like more jobs to the area, because I want to say BMW is there now, or Mercedes rather. Mercedes is there now. Volvo, I think, is there now. So you could definitely see how that area is growing and improving. But when I was there, wasn't it wasn't, popping. Like nobody went to Somerville. That's where all the older people went, like it wasn't on and popping. But now it's a thriving, growing community. And I even heard somebody said that like it's going as far out to like Monk's Corner as well. Like if you continue up 17A where it used to be a bunch of woods and stuff, they're saying no, man, like they building up in that area.
Yes.
Wow.
And to be honest, yeah, the outskirts are really like Monk's Corner, even going towards Goose, Orangeburg and Walterburg. Honestly, I'm actually in position now to buy property now. So I came, from a wholesaler. I saved up some money and I met a good bit of people that I can partner up with. And I'm looking for land outside of like you said, Monk's Corner, even in Walterburg, because the way that people are migrating to Charleston,
Mm-hmm.
I want to get property ahead of the curve. So definitely, like I say, Mouse Corner and beyond. And if anyone know of any properties or any homes, I do a referral base. So you send me a property or a mobile home, and I close on it. Hey, I send you $1,000 cash or $500 for mobile homes. Because even what I'm gonna get back to wholesaling, you can even wholesale mobile homes. And I did like maybe 12 mobile home deals this year actually, and this is with me not even like putting full effort into that because I do a lot of other projects and jobs as well. So
Wow. So it's a lucrative business for sure, it sounds like. And we do have a question about that because it seems like you got some people that's interested. And I might take you up on that $1,000 offer if I can find a good deal. So Angelica is saying, Antoine, could you share the process of a wholesale deal?
no problem, of course. So basically, like you said, the easiest method of finding a good lead is driving for dollars. It's the cheapest way. You're
Mm-hmm.
just going to use some gas money. So you get in your car, you go out and you can look for a sign that says for sale by owner. Now we can't, if you see a sign with like a realtor or a company, we don't do those because a realtor got it. But you see a for sale by owner house, you see a vacant home, take the address down. There's a thing called skip tracing where you need to reach out and find the owners. You find the owners and you just simply reach out to them. You can reach out to them through mail, through phone call, text. There's multiple ways you can reach out to the owners, and you simply just reach out and say, "Hey, I see your property at say 123 Main Street, and I want to put an offer on it." And your goal is too to do a little homework on it too. That's why I teach that. So I tell everyone, I mean, you can do it, but if you have someone guiding you on the process, the things you need, you can definitely get the deal. So once you reach out to that owner, they may say yeah, they may say no, but you got to think there's a lot of vacant homes. There's a lot of houses that people out of state, people with money, they might get a call and say they don't even want the money. They may be paying taxes every year, but you give them a good offer, they might take it. And like I say, you're
Mm.
not the one that have to buy the property. You just get it at you got to get it at a good enough price that you can say, hey, let me put a $5,000 assignment on this. And but you got an investor on the right side that you already build a rapport with. Because in my, one of my courses, one of my first thing is to build your cash buyers list. So you don't got to go 100 down. You probably got
Wow.
just say 50, 25 investors who want to buy that property. So you reach out to them and say, hey, I got this property over here, 123 Main Street. This is the price. You can tell them your assignment fee because you got a true investor. They understand that you're out there finding a
Right.
property for them. And the great thing about me now, people that I'm teaching wholesaling, I'm an investor now, and I have all of my partners buy property. So you don't gotta really. I'll be your first person on your cash buyers list, and in my playbook when you gotta write that down. So you got a property, you want to make $5,000. My goal is to help you close that deal and get what you want in that. So
Wow.
and then like you say, you reach out to attorney office. You got to get a wholesale friendly attorney office. They are a few down here in Charleston. Um, and then after that, the attorney office does the rest. They do the title search, to make sure there's no liens. You don't got to worry about that problem. You just need
Wow.
the right contract, right? Contracts are important because you don't want to just grab any contracts. You got to have a contract where you're not, caught up in the property if you don't, if it's not worthy. So my contracts is like, I let the seller know, look, I need 10 to 15 days due diligence period where I can bring an investor in, I can bring a contractor in before I locked in on that deal. So you gotta have a contract where you're not locked in. You know what I mean? So that's
Gotcha.
why I say you can do it, but it's better to get a coach or get someone to just show you, for you can do it the right way, for you don't get in trouble with it. But after that, if the title is clean and you find your investor, I mean, the attorney office does the rest. They set up a closing date, and once you got your contract and your amount, you get paid after closing. You don't even got to be at the office. I was on my cruise. I was
Wow.
first family cruise. I got wired. I walked back out of the cruise. I got wired. That was $1,000 on that deal. But like I said, it can be
Wow.
500. It can be $20,000. Your
Wow.
fees are the fees. So it's like, and that's
Wow.
the process.
That's super dope. So I feel like I might need to get into this wholesaling game. It's definitely money out there to be made. So we got one question or comment from Wayne. He says, "What are your courses and how can we access those?" So yeah, you giving us a lot of information. I want to learn too. Shoot.
All right. So what I did when I first, maybe a year and a half in of wholesaling, I first wrote a book, a quick ebook. I said, I don't want it to be too, technical. I just want if there's a senior in high school, they grab this book, and I got it right here in my face. It says Wholesaling, My New Vehicle to Wealth and Financial Freedom.
Love
It's
it.
6 chapters, nothing hard. It's just basically telling you guys what wholesaling is, some of my lessons, not losses, some of my mistakes I made, but I learned from them. So it's like 30, 40 minutes you can read the book, but you will understand wholesaling. So that's like $10, $15 on my site. It's mritw.com. And if you
Okay.
read this book and you say, man, I need to get into wholesaling. I
Right.
actually, it's so crazy that I got a digital course. Digital course comes with a complimentary playbook. So
Okay.
I brought, yeah. So it's called, Wholesale Real Estate 10 Plays to Close Your First Deal.
Dope.
Now, I made that because I spent a lot of money on courses, which I got a great return on them. So any course that I made, I really made money on them. So I never seen a course with a playbook. So I said, let me try a little bit different. So when you're driving around, driving for dollars, you got places where you can actually put your property. You got, like, this here. I don't know if you can
Oh,
see it.
that's nice. Right.
Sneak peek in it. I don't know, might be off. But so you can take this with you every day. I don't leave
Right.
home without this playbook because I can find property in cash buyers, got a cash buyers list. And I just break down things with it. So the course is on my site as well, mritw.com. Course is $497 right now. And I actually, I'm proud to be teaching people this because at the same time, you get access to me.
Right.
So someone who brought my course, I'm like, they calling me up, hey, I'm doing this right. I don't mind helping because even before I had a course, I would help family, friends, and
Right.
anyone who wanted help. I'm a giver by nature. So I'm like, I'm making this money, I'm closing deals on it. I'm like trying to, tell everybody about this. I'm like, hey, sister, mom, hey, come out to this
Right.
property with me. And the greatest thing about this course, my kids actually created the course with me.
Oh,
I
that's
drive
dope.
truck. So yeah, they actually, man, put all the footwork in, a lot of it. So I'm teaching them another trade that they're gonna, stick with them, and they actually help me with the playbook. I have to pay them
Wow.
and all, and that's a great
Right.
thing.
Right, right. But you know what? That's beautiful because me and you talked earlier about like our kids watching us, even though we may not think that they watching us, like they truly are watching us. And I shared a story with you, how my daughter was like my little walk-in marketing person, right? Like I didn't know that she was looking at her mom and that she was proud of what, I was accomplishing. And I'm sure that your kids feel the same way about you. Shoot, I'm proud of what you have accomplished. Like it's really, really dope. So we got one Wayne has already put in the website. So everybody, the
Thank
website
you.
is in the comments, mritw.com/shop. So make sure that y'all visit the website, and we're gonna put the website on as well before we wrap everything up. Um, and Attorney Brown says that's legacy. She was on last week, and we were talking about protecting your legacy. Yes, Attorney Brown,
Right.
I agree. Like this is true legacy that Mr. ITW himself is building. And I love that you are a giver. I think that's why we connected as well, because I do like this right here is us giving, right? Like a
Right.
lot of people don't like to share information because for the most part, I really feel like in the African American community, we have this crab like syndrome. And I've been blessed enough to have people come into my life that don't have that mentality, right? Like they don't mind sharing with you because they want you to win. Like that's my motto. Like if you win, we all win, right? So I want to see all of us win. And so I like to connect myself with people that don't mind sharing. You know what I'm saying? And what you doing? Super dope. Wayne says, bruh, having your children involved is something special. You are the real MVP, sir. That is true. That is
Thank
absolutely
you,
true.
man. Thank you.
I agree. So listen, I know like this has been a great conversation. I truly appreciate you walking us through wholesale real estate. We didn't even get to touch on your Turo, so we definitely are gonna have to have you back on the show so you can
Right.
tell us more about how you're using Turo also as a way for you to build your legacy because this serial entrepreneur thing, you serious about this. I thought I was, putting in work, but I feel like you got me beat. I got to keep up with you, sir.
Oh,
So,
go
so
ahead.
tell before we go, please tell the people how to connect with you. Can we visit your website?
Yeah, you can visit me from through my website.
Okay.
There we go, Mr. ITW. I will be adding more things on that. I'm gonna add a spot that says "Around the World with Mr. ITW." I actually got a couple of. I went to a school before and speak. I do a lot of just a lot of vendor events, and just a lot of like givings. Like I do a Mother Day celebration every year. I do a lot of things. So you stay tuned and follow me on mritw.com, and you'll find me on Facebook. You can find me at Antoine Lowery or Mr. ITW. And also, I have a Inspired by World page on Facebook as well. And on Instagram, you can find me at Mr. underscore ITW. And I'll be doing more. This a lot of, like I said, driving for dollars. When I go to properties, I show that. And any tips that I can give you guys, I don't mind freely giving to you because when you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get exactly what you want and get what
Oh
we want.
man.
I believe in that.
I love that. I believe in that as well. And man, that's why we connected. We here. I
Exactly.
feel like you my brother from another mother. So but definitely y'all check him out. Follow him. Samurai says, so I'm about to go out and find some properties in the ATL. So somebody may be contacting you.
Okay, okay. Great.
But y'all definitely make sure that you are visiting his website. Make sure that you are following him on social media platforms. He absolutely comes before you and gives some good tips and information. Like I said, that's how I found him in the streets, and it definitely was inspiring to me as well. Trying to get into some other avenues. So we appreciate you, sir, for donating your time this evening. And so we're going to give you an opportunity to say any last words before we wrap it up.
Great. Well, I want to thank you again. It was my honor to be here and share with the people, and definitely have me on next time. I can tell you about Toro. I'm actually creating another business, and the app is coming soon. So I do want to get on this platform and share with that. And if I can tell anyone out there, my goal is to inspire you. So anything you want to do, right? You can do it. You just gotta really put your mind into it. I don't care what it is. You got one life to live. I believe in vision boards, so a lot of things that is in my life right now, I put it on vision boards. I'm on my fourth vision board, and it's so scary because most of everything that I put on that vision board, I got.
Right.
I actually got to do another one. I mean, I told my mom 3 years ago I'm gonna have 5 books out. I'm on my 2 books down, and I actually working on a book now. So
That's
I said
dope.
I wanted certain cars. I mean, I have them. They pay for itself.
That's
I'm
dope.
not even paying for it. So it's like turning that liability to access. But it's just certain things. Even the clothing line. I got an online store. I have different T-shirts. One of my best shirts I love is "Trust God's Plans," and that's my motto, and that's what I
Love
live
it.
by. And I walked somewhere. I think I sold like 12 shirts just walking around.
Wow.
And one day I was in the hospital and I wear that shirt. Right, I had some things going on with a family member, and when I think it was a lady stopped me and she read that shirt, man. I know she was going through something, but she really thought about that, and I know I changed her, her mindset and that, and,
Wow.
and just seeing that is awesome. So honestly, just so a lot of things I do, like I said, I dreamed it and I'm just living it. And you just have faith, have faith, believe in yourself, and just go forward. Don't worry about what no one say. Right? You
Right.
got one life, it's your life. Just go for it, man, and have faith, pray, believe, and you're gonna achieve anything you want in life. So just go and get it.
I love it. Well, there y'all go. Mr. ITW himself inspiring all of us to go for it. I absolutely love it. You are walking by faith, sir. You are speaking those things that are not as though they were. So we are here for all of it. So I'm going to ask you to wait backstage while I wrap things up, and I will join you shortly. Thank you again. We appreciate you, sir.
All right, thank you. Salute, salute.
All right. All right, y'all. So, what an amazing conversation. Just talking to a fellow classmate from the Chuck. Definitely somebody who has inspired me to continue to thrive, right, in this entrepreneur world. At times, it can be stressful. So it's good to hear someone else's perspective and to hear that person like encourage you, like not to give up, right? I know we all need it every once in a while, whether we are entrepreneurs or not. Is so I love that he has his clothing line that says "Inspire That World" because that's what he is truly doing. Indeed, right, and in his speech. So definitely was a pleasure to have him on. So keeping with that same theme of like just educating, right? We are going to pivot to another word for next month. So next month, we're going to be focusing on time. And so, to start the month off, we're going to be talking to two entrepreneurs who are using their platform or using their business to create me time, right? And so, they're going to be talking to us about why me time is vital to your business. And I think for entrepreneurs, it's going to be important that you tune into this because I feel like sometimes we get into the rut of like we leave our 9 to 5 thinking that we're going to have more time, right, to do what we want to do, but then we find ourselves almost being a slave to the business. And I know I'm taking Angelica's quote because she says that all the time that she doesn't want to be a slave to her business, and so we definitely are going to be talking to the guests to show us, what they're doing to carve out that me time for them. And I think it'll be something that's vital and important for all entrepreneurs, right? So definitely make sure that you're tuning in next week for that. Okay. So again, Five Finance family, thank you so much for this evening. Oh, before I go, I almost forgot. For those who are looking for are connecting with us for the first time, make sure that you are subscribing to our YouTube channel. You can definitely like this video if you liked what you heard tonight, right? A lot of our conversations are the same kind of feel, right? We're just talking to other entrepreneurs, other people in the game. So definitely make sure you are liking the video and subscribing. Make sure that you are also subscribing to our podcast. So this video, we actually repurpose the audio and use it for our podcast, and we're on Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So you can listen to us on your way to work, or you can listen to us while you're at the office, killing time. But make sure that you are tuning in because we love sharing information, right? And if you want to work with me one-on-one, make sure you visit the website, www.fivefinance.com. You can book a free consultation. I do not charge for my consultations. And I do accounting consultations and I do tax consultations, right? So make sure you are visiting the website for that as well. And so that is it. That's the end of our show, Five Finance family. Thank you so much for rocking with us throughout the entire live. Make sure that you are tuning in next week as we have our guests on. And we're going to be focusing on the new word of the month, which is time. So again, until next time, Five Finance family, you all have a blessed and wonderful Tuesday evening, and I'll see you soon.